Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines. We are playing the Industries DLC, and in between episodes I have made a few tweaks to the traffic, and I'll try and very selectively show you what I've done. So we all remember that there was a pretty big substantial issue with traffic through this industrial area over here. So I've upgraded this road a little bit. I've also created a bit of almost a one-way loop here. So that is a one-way. So this is a one-way from here and in here. Then this is kind of two directions in the one way, and the one lane in the other direction. What, two lanes in one direction here. Then that loop completes over here. Then again, this is a bit of a loop over here. So we've got a loop and another loop in there. And then that goes through there. I have coordinated these signals so that it all kind of flushes out all together. I've also added a toll plaza in here to provide a little bit of a discouragement of these guys to go through here, so that they can also go in from the other side. The other thing I've also done is I've made use of the bridge system that we had here for the rail, and I've provided a little road towards the other side. So now you can actually get onto the other highway, the other direction, from this side. So this and I think that works pretty well. So let me just kind of do like just that. So see, as you see, all of this coordinated, so that works actually quite well, and it flushes out. Even though there are a fair bit of queues at times, it does flush out fairly well through here. And the loop thing works fairly well. This one is a little bit slow, but this loop works fairly well. I've added a roundabout over here, and I have removed this intersection that we had here and replaced that with a bridge connection. So this road through here is now a bridged connection from the one neighborhood to the other one, and that's a bit of a roundabout. And yeah, and I think that works pretty well also. Now, the other big issue that I was starting to experience was over here, and as you can see, I've made a substantial change to this interchange over here. So we had just the bridge over the top here, and then we had a little intersection over there and a little intersection over here to accommodate all movements. So I've effectively now made this free flow. I was starting to have a lot of issues with this intersection here. So now I made the entire thing free flow. So you come in from this side, you go over straight through there, or alternatively you can turn off and join the highway in that direction, or you can turn into this direction and join the highway over here, or any one of these access points. Similarly, from over here you can join the highway going that way. You do not have the option to actually go this way, but you can of course turn through here and drive over there if you wanted to go be in this part of the world. So if you're coming through here, but what it does also do, it does limit that as a rat run, guys coming through here then turning through there and going through this way as a rat run, because there's not that movement isn't available, but you can get into the neighborhoods. For the highways themselves, what I've done is this direction, you obviously turn this way, you can turn that way. Okay, so you go up there. From this direction, it's a little bit more interesting. So you can split off, then you split off to this direction. You can also split off into this neighborhood over here, because we had this access point over here. Well, all of these was a little bit too close together. So now we're just funneling in straight into there. This, however, I maintained for the guys coming in through here to allow them to get in here, so they don't have to go all the way around to get into this neighborhood, but they can just go straight in there. So there we go. And obviously you can still continue straight through here, so that you can join this area or you can join this area, and then as I mentioned, everybody from here and from there can actually use this to turn and get back onto that section. So that's the change that I've made over here, and it works pretty well. If I show you, the intersections still get a bit of a queue going, but they do actually clear up fairly well. At some point we could actually bridge the pedestrian movements across here, because I think a lot of this is potentially a little bit of issues caused by pedestrians, but it does work pretty well. The queues are very reasonable. Over here I've just connected the right in right out movement over here. So there's no longer the ability to turn into here. So to do the left turn into here, that was causing a bit of a problem. So now you can get in there and you can get out, and then you can actually join the highway over here, or go straight into this direction. The final thing that I have changed about the road network is I have bridged this section over here. I've bridged the rail, so because there was just so many of these trains coming through that was causing a bit of problems. The other thing that I've done is I've tweaked this intersection a little bit. So what is happening here now, this movement actually can only turn right, and they turn with this right turn. So this is effectively now a two-phase signal. The other movement is this, and then the through movements then run at the same time. I've also created this little slip lane over here to provide this constant flow over here. So that works pretty well now. It does get busy. All of these roads also still get busy, but it works fairly well. The setup over here and this section is probably the biggest concern we have. We had a big fire over here, and I think all of that is out now. But yeah, anyway, so that is what I've done in between episodes, just so that you didn't have to. It took me a fair bit of time tweaking, looking, seeing how it works, and so on. So just so that you don't have to suffer through all of that, I've made these moves. So that gives us a nice direct movement through there. This is a nice direct movement through here. This one nice and direct all the way through there, with limited intersections, or that's at least what we're trying to do. This one is nice and direct through here, with free flow as much as possible. So all movements through here is now pretty good. It is a fairly substantial interchange, I must say, but it does work well. We're not having any of these queues and things that we used to have over here, so it does work a lot better. Oh, we've got pretty massive forest fire over here as well. Lots of fires happening with this game. So yes, that's kind of what happened. So what I was thinking is, given that we've upgraded this section a little bit, we could actually do a little bit of an additional area, but maybe a bit of an office park or something in here with some direct access points, so we can see what we can do over here. I was thinking maybe we lay out a bit of an office park over here, because we do still need a bit of this. Alternatively, let's quickly run through. I haven't checked in between episodes. I haven't actually checked how all of these industries are doing. So let's have a look. What's happening in the ore industry over here? Why can't I? What did I do? Hang on. Let's come on. Birch ore. Okay, perfect. So there, what are we having over here? So we are producing a fair bit of metals and a fair bit of glass. We are outputting straight into exports about 88 tons of whatever. I think probably ore. Oh, straight ore actually. So that doesn't actually go into metals or glass. So I can absolutely up our glass and metal manufacturing. That then goes, there's an output of glass that's going to one of the unique factory areas. So what I'm going to do is I can actually up our glass and metal production a fair bit. I'm not sure where our metals are. Oh, this is going straight into exports, and then that, I think so. Well, we'll see. Okay, so let's get into that. Let's use some of this industrial demand and get into the production of metals and glass. So there's a glass manufacturing plant, and there is this is metal, and it's a rotary kiln. Ooh, I don't actually have any of this. Oh, and I remember I didn't want to necessarily place that. Let me just switch off Anarchy, so I can actually squeeze one in there. I think that's pretty good. So let's plop this one right over there. Wow, that's going to be a pretty substantial piece. I like it. Can we also do something for glass? Yeah, there's a pretty big one. Well, it's a sizable one. It's not a big one. We can also do a little bit of work here with the glass, like so. So if we put those two together, do I have one of those? I actually do not. This is just ore grinding mills and things like that. Smaller facilities. Oh, I do have one of these glass ones. Potentially I can do another. We'll see how that goes. We'll see how that goes. But yeah, I've got this nice big rotary kiln plant up and running. So, well, we'll get it up and running and we'll see how that goes. See if we produce a bit more of that. Let's quickly have a look at our unique factories while we're at it. So this guy is producing steel products from metals. And it can do much more. So certainly we can do a ton more metals for that. What else? This is a recycling center. This is just a warehouse. The bakery, we can certainly up production over here, so we may have a look at what we can do additionally at the farming area. Then we've got the lemonade factory that's grabbing glass and crops and creating, well, it's creating pretty decent output over here, but yes, certainly that can be upped. So really we do need some more crops and things like that, so let's see what we can do with that. Go into the industry, go to the farming piece, and let's get some crop fields. Can we do some big crop fields? Large animal pasture? No, I'm looking for crops. Large fruit field. Yeah, large fruit field. Is that large? Medium fruit field. Oh, these are pretty small. So these are large crop field. Let's do some of that. So we can slot in some of this. Now can we certainly do something like that? And if we do that, can we do this one also? Probably not, to be honest. Probably not. So let's start it over here. Let's do some of these. 1, 2 in terms of crops. Excellent. Now let's slot in one of the small ones or medium ones. Well, it seems like we can only slot in a small one over here, so let's slot in a small one over there. Not the best use of this area. Maybe what we could do is we could grab a little dirt road. Why am I doing that? Sorry about that. We can grab a little road. Let's just move this a little bit over there so that we get a little extra piece. Greenhouse is okay, so let's do this one. We will run it probably like that, so that we slot in one more of these guys. So give me another small one, another small. Excellent. That works pretty well. So I've got 2 greenhouses over there. That actually works pretty well. This looks pretty good. We can obviously fill a lot of this up. Maybe we need to do... let's just go back over here. What are you looking for? You're looking for animal products as well, and flour. So our flour facilities are over there. So probably we do need a few more pastures as well. Let's see. Can we slot in a few big pastures over here? Nice. What is this? This is a large animal pasture. So let's slot 2 of them in here. That's pretty good. Big animal pastures over there. That's pretty decent. Liking what I'm doing there. Okay, let's leave that be for now. Let's see how that goes. There's a lot. So yeah, you're looking for crops, so we need a fair bit of crops. Let's see if we can slot in one more small crop over here somewhere. It's just the basics. Another small crop field. One like that. One like that. Perfect. Still all greenhouses. Yeah, that's pretty good. I actually like that idea of the greenhouses. We can do 2 more, I think. Like that and like that. Oh man, look at that. That is brilliant. I love it. It's looking really good. It's really looking good. Nice. Really looking very good. So hopefully that is going to take a fair bit of this demand. So yes, what I was wondering is whether we should do a bit of a commercial / office development with a little bit of high density housing over here, and that can go straight from there. So you can actually get get a little bit of connection straight onto this rail facility over here. Yeah, so maybe this area is what we're looking at. So let's see about that. Let's lay out some things. Okay, let's keep it running at a slow speed while we do that. Congratulations! We've gone up to a level 4 ore facility, a car factory, a ore industry maintenance building, a fiberglass plant. What does that mean? I think that was something from behind. Ore industry storage and large ore mine underground. Perfect! I love it. I love it. I want to get this maintenance building up and running pretty soon. So if we do something like that, it's going to give us a bit of a direct connection over here. And the question is, what do we do with this? I think this one I actually want to turn this way, and we'll just connect it onto that side. So let's do straight through there, and what we'll do is we'll connect this one in over here somewhere. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let's take that away. Do I still want to do this, or do I want to do something a little bit more substantial? Maybe I need to do something a little bit more substantial. So let's go with a boulevard. I'm going to do a nice boulevard. So let's start by let's start with like 10 and 10. We'll turn it like this, and then what we'll do is we'll start running it straight over there. Yeah, so that's kind of what we're doing. Then this one, I'm gonna keep running this boulevard, but what I'll do is I'm just gonna stop it. I'm gonna take it now straight into something like that, and then what I'll do is now I'm actually gonna trim this back. Actually, I'll even do that and do that, and now what I'll do is we'll say something like this, huh? Or that's not quite. I wanted that to be a little straighter out of here. So let's do that, and then what we do is we do this. Yeah, that's better. That is better. So that's kind of what we're going to do in this area. Now, what I'm also tempted to do is actually do a bit of a, because I do want this road to be better utilized. So I'm kind of tempted to run a one-way over the top here. The alternative is to trim this back and run it into this as well. Actually, maybe what we do is we do this. We can leave that as a bit of an indicator. We won't do the other way around. So let's do a bit of a ramp over here. Okay. Oh, actually, that's not. It's not the road I wanted. Go for the highway. So let's actually let's do that. So let's do something like this. And now, what I'm tempted to do is let's just go up to 12. And let's go with the straight. So I like, you know, starting off with the straights. Give me this. What's going on? Ah, it's saving. I was thinking, what the hell? Oh, is this gonna bomb out now? I hope not. Oh my goodness. I'm not having a lot of luck, am I? It does seem that this guy has given up on me in terms of the save. Okay guys, I'm gonna see if I can sort this out, and I'll see you soon. Okay guys, I am back, and now I've had to redo a few things, and but it's back to where it was. So let's continue with the plan we had over here. So what I'm doing is let me get rid of some of these things, okay, and then I'm going to try and get this to do a little bit of a turn like this, and then the idea would be to start dipping it down. So kind of something like that, and actually this one we can probably start turning towards that. Actually, let's just do that, and now we'll turn it. Well, we'll see what we have, and we'll turn it from there. So this one, on the other hand, I'll need to give this a bit of a move like that, and we'll put a pillar in there. Don't think we'll typically span that amount. Oh, actually, let's get this to line up a little bit better. Oops, not that, this one. Get it to line up just a tad like this. Perfect. Now let's see how much do we have to get. We've got 14. So what we need to do is we'll trim this back a little more, and now we'll see how much we have. That's fine. So now we will do, actually we'll probably just need to do the straight sections. So 9, come on, something like that, and then something like that. Yep, there we go. So now let's just tweak it a little bit. I'll not do too much on the tweaking of things with you guys hanging around. There we go. So there we go. That's a pretty big bridge across. So let's do a bit of a copy of this. What did I want? Yeah, copy of that. And all I'm going to do is slot it in here somewhere, so that it's got. Ooh, can we turn it? We can. Let's turn it a little. Kind of like just like that. Perfect. There we go. So now our spans aren't too ridiculous over there. What I wanted to do with this, though, I wanted to make sure that we get an extra lane in here. And then what we could do is we can do a bit of a lane on that side as well, and even do a bit of a U-turn. Not that a U-turn here, there's no need for a U-turn if it's not a prolonged section of road. So let's get this section as well. Well, let's start it over there. Do a little something like this, and then start the turn. Okay, something like that. And the question is, do we do a little section like this? So let's do, or do we actually, hang on, give me this guy, and what I'm interested in doing is maybe giving it a, come on, just a straight section, please. Exactly, just like that. Hopefully this will allow us tie in over here, and it might be a bit of a problem too close to the intersection actually. So if we then do this, oh no, wrong one. Let's try that again with the single lane. If we then do this and we do that, it's a little of a bummer, right? I think what we need to do is actually maybe we can bring this back a little bit like that. I don't think that is too steep, to be honest, and it can we could probably start it going down over there as well. That's fine. That is fine. So now let's do a 2-lane. Well, let's do this then. Oh, oops. We want it in the middle actually. So let's do, hang on, let's do a little small piece of road here. Just the straight line, please. There we go. So now we can, I'm hoping, let's do that. So now we have at least that as a middle portion there. So give me this one now. We'll, and now we want this as a bit of a turn here, right? So if we do that now, take these out and we tie those in there. Excellent. That looks actually quite good. What we'll do is we'll try and get them as close together as possible. So that we... Yes, so that's so that we have something that's pretty decent over here. Yeah, I like it. I like it. We'll clean that up a little bit later. What I do think though is we will need to provide a little bit of room. Yeah, that's good. A little bit of room for the other direction, and the other direction we'll do the 2, and maybe we'll do 1. Oh, we don't need a U-turn, so maybe we just need the 1. Maybe that's all we need. Is we just need the 1. So something like that. We don't need to go across, do we? Well, going across is potentially problematic. We could... we'll see. We'll see. If we wanted to, we could do a tunnel. And that could... we could do a tunnel that could be useful for... for direct connection to the other side there. Actually, that's more what we want to try and achieve here. So what we'll do is let's just tweak our roads to be pretty close together without it doing too many weird things. Excellent. That is pretty cool. That what I want? Yeah, that's pretty much what I want. Excellent. Excellent. So there's a bit of a highway connection over here now. It's going to provide us direct access into this area. I'm a little worried that all of this is very close together. Certainly what we need to do is have a quick look at this. Just do that and that, and this is, yeah, not the greatest way of dealing with it, at least not this close to the intersection at least. Okay, so how are we gonna, let's do a quick look at how we're gonna lay this out. Just a tad. So we want, you know, is this big enough? Is this road going to be big enough? I think it can fulfill the requirements. So let's see, how are we going to do this? Let's do a little bit of a standard piece over here. And what I'm tempted to do is I'm tempted to do the straight sections through here. Yeah, so let's do, you know, something like this. We'll run it through there. I'm not gonna, I was just kind of using that as a guide. And let's do another one there. We'll do this one. Okay, at the same time we probably need to do a little something like this, and then we will do a little something like that. Okay, so let's actually upgrade this piece of road here so quickly. I'm almost tempted to bridge it across there, but I don't think that is something that's vitally important just yet. What I'd rather do is see about how we lay. Oh man, that is beautiful right there. Now, how are we gonna... Yeah, that's not quite working for us, so let's just do a few nicer pieces here. Excellent, that's working pretty well. And what we'll do is we will do a little something. Actually no, this one needs to be the other type. Okay, and what we'll do is we'll just gonna tie that over there. Right, now we'll do some connections over here and things like that. This could get very busy, so potentially what I can do is we can get rid of this. Okay, get rid of that, and then do a bit of a roundabout over here. It could be useful, so let us do that indeed. Where's this little roundabout piece that we're using? Okay, so let's do this. Okay, so let's get it over there. 3 by 3 by 3 by 3 by 3, like so, and like that. Okay, and now all we need to do is tie all of these things together without it getting all warped. Okay, so that seems to be a pretty straightforward one through there, and then this one we'll quickly tie that together, and I think that's kind of where we're going to end the episode actually. Something like that, and something like that. That actually works. What we could do is we could just tidy this up just a little bit. Yeah, just a little bit, tidy that up, and there we go. Obviously this is not by any means ideal. We need to end the episode, so I'm quite conscious of that. So let's see about how we make sure that we get at least as much as we can from this. We do a little something like that. Is that of interest? Filling that area up quite well. Ooh, this is now not actually tying together. Shall we just do that? Let's do that and see how that works. And create a little bit of an area over here, and hopefully that does in fact get a little bit of traffic from that into this area. Okay guys, but what I'm going to do is I'll fill up the rest of this in the next episode. Thanks so much for watching. If you've liked it, hit the button. Tell me what you think of all the new road improvements that we made, this new interchange, all of the little tweaks and things that we've made. Do you like it? Do you wanted to see how I did it? It took some time though. It would have taken a few episodes. Again, stuff is burning down over here. And yes, I will see you in the next one. Bye bye.